do you think humans and technology will merge? Why or why not? Will some humans embrace technology and integrate it into themselves? So it's not us versus them, but us and them. We'll somehow integrate ourselves with technology. Now, you explicitly raised this possibility as one of the ways that things could unfold, and I think you call it a cyborg utopia. So maybe there's some harmony that could be achieved if, rather than having the us versus them that Stephanie alludes to, we could find a way to integrate ourselves with technology and proceed that way. But you ultimately reject this view. So maybe you could both set it up and then, knock it down as concisely as you can.
Yeah, so I mean, I do have a kind of lengthy discussion of this possibility of integrating ourselves more with technologies. One of the claims that's set up in the first half of the book in the discussion of unemployment and automation is that we're in a sense in a race with the machines. Other people have made this argument that they are pushing us out of the domain in which we were previously dominant, and so we face kind of two options. One is to try and fight back and become maybe more like the machines that seem to be replacing us. That's the cyborg or integrationist option, or retreat and do something else, and that's the virtual utopia, virtual worlds option that I ultimately favor. But I will say it's a close run thing. I think that there are some attractions to the cyborg utopia, and I outline, I think, 5 or 6 of them in that chapter. I mean, I noticed retrospectively that the book is all built around like 5s and 6s. So like there's 5 arguments for technological unemployment and 5 reasons to hate your job and 5 reasons for pessimism and so forth, techno-pessimism. But in brief, the reason why I'm ultimately not enthusiastic about this integrationist solution, one of the reasons it has to do with the feasibility of it in the short to medium term, that I think we're kind of losing this race against the machines right now. And a lot of the technologies for cyborgization that I see out there are fairly rudimentary. They're not getting us anywhere near where the more speculative post-human transhumanist desire would like it to be. So that's one point. The other thing as well is that I do suspect that if we followed the cyborg option, we may actually end up just doubling down on many of the worst features of our current economic reality, in the sense that one of the things that I argue is a problem with work in the modern world is that it's increasingly precarious and competitive, and people feel like they have to accumulate, more qualifications, more kind of markers of success or signals of success in order to be employable. People like you and I, academics, it's increasingly the case that they're not getting permanent jobs until they're nearly 40 or something like that. So I think this is an issue that we see in the current work environment. And if one of the things that we also have to compete on when it comes to employment is how extensive our cyborg implants are, we'll just end up kind of exacerbating the worst features of this competitive and increasingly precarious economy. Now, I mean, there's more to the argument than that, and there's other reasons why I think the cyborg solution is a problem, but those are maybe 2 of the main ones.